$100 for administration offices per unit, so you can make $100 for every unit that you sell. Then you determine the total profit that is possible at a projected level of sales. You determine the percentage of probability of achieving those financial goals, and this is an important point. Let us say you set financial projections. For everything in life, there's a probability that that event will occur. If you've been in business for any period of time, you can set your budget projections with tremendous accuracy, and the probability that you will hit your numbers will be 95%. If you're starting in business, the probability of hitting those numbers, because of lack of experience, is much less. So let's say, for example, you project selling $10,000 worth of your product per month. And you say, what is the probability I will hit that number? And let's say you say it's about 80%, right? Then you use the number of $8,000 as the probability number that you will achieve. Once you have determined your probability, you multiply the probability times your estimated profit. I estimate I'm going to make $10,000 a month in profit. My probability is about 80%, so that means that you're looking at making $8,000 a month. Then, in order to do a business analysis, you determine the total investment that you will have to make to achieve this amount of profit. Let's say you'll have to invest $50,000 in order to earn $8,000 per month. Then you have to ask, is this a good investment? You then determine the return on investment that you'll receive. You put in $50,000, $8,000 a month. That's a pretty good return on investment. But then the final thing you do to determine whether or not this is what you want to do with your business is you compare this result against all other opportunities that you have to invest the same amount of money. And you always invest your time and money producing and selling a product or service that, based on everything you know, will give you the highest return of investment on time, energy, emotion, hard work, finances, and so on. You're always looking to maximize a particular opportunity in comparison with all other opportunities. Now, analyze every product or service that you produce and sell on a regular basis. Here's what you do. You make a list of every product or service you sell, starting from the largest volume seller. What is your biggest sales? What is your second biggest, third biggest, and so on. Then you calculate the average sales price of each unit in each of those categories. Then you calculate the total cost of each unit. Then you calculate the net profit per unit. Then you calculate the cost of the investment to produce and sell each unit. And then you determine the percentage of return or profit that you earn from each unit. You need to do this on a regular basis. You need to always be aware of which of my products or services not only do you sell the most of, but at the end of the day, which of your products or services contribute the greatest profit and the greatest return on investment in generating that profit. Then what you do is you organize each of your products and services in terms of their contribution to profitability. You start with your number one single most profitable product or service. Then you determine the volume of sales of each of your most profitable products. You determine the total profit per unit. You determine the total profit contribution per product, and then you conduct this analysis on each of your important products or services every month, so you always know which products, which services, which sales, which markets are contributing the greatest amount of profits to your business. If you don't do this, what can easily happen is you can get completely involved in marketing, selling, producing, delivering a product or service that is yielding at the end of the week or month a very low profit, and be ignoring products or services that are potentially or in reality far more profitable. Here's a key. Apply the 80-20 principle to profit analysis. Remember that 20% of your products and services will contribute 80% of your profits. 80% of your products or services will only contribute 20% of your products. So you need to dedicate more of your time and resources to selling more of your most profitable products and services. A break-even analysis is a critical tool. You should conduct regular break-even analyses on every product or service and on your